Hello everyone's. I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. I'm here for American Horror Story Season 7, Episode 6. Now, before we get into this review, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and make sure your notifications are on. So, we are at Kai's rally, this is what I'm going to call it, and a shooting breaks out. And we see Allie holding the gun. I'm like, girl, did you finally do your Shanae math? And I was like, something ain't right. He's the cause. If I X him out of the situation, all things will come into place. That's what my first thought was. We had Ivy running around scared because she not really about that life. She want to reap the benefits of what the group does. She just doesn't want to do any of the participations as we seen last week. So we bounce back to when Meadow was able to somehow miraculously climb out of the hole, the grave that she couldn't mere minutes ago, but was able to climb out now, run over to Ivy and Allie's house, bang on windows, help me, it's a cult, your wife's in on it, help, blanket thrown over her pillowcase or whatever it was thrown over her head, and being escorted out. But we had a psychiatrist dude, cannot remember his name, gonna try to do better, but him calling and what's going on, talk to me, and she's like, hold up, who told you to call in the first place? See, I'm a very suspicious person. I'm always like, person doing over there, they could be clearly innocent. Why are they over there? What's going on? I'm suspicious like that. But she's like, she's talking to him, and it seems like the wheels are spinning in her head. She's told me there's a cult, my wife's in on it, who can I trust at this time? And I'm like, yes girl, Allie, wake up, put two and two together, get your Shanae math on, do something at this time. But she hangs up on him, and this is when I get annoyed with Allie, because Allie, she's scared of everything, but she always puts herself in dangerous situations. Now, Allie, I'm going to need you to pick one side. You can't be scared of everything and then on top of that, be brave and putting yourself in dangerous situations. You can't do both. Either be scared or be brave. So she grabs a butcher knife from out the house and is like, okay, I'm going to go over there and investigate. And I didn't, speak on this last week, but all the signs were in place that this is a setup. One, neighbor dude, windows wide open, kissing policeman, clearly wanting somebody to see, outside carrying a bag that seems like something other than gym clothes could be in it. Meadow inside grave, just ready for anybody to see. She could clearly yell out help and somebody would help her. All these signs were we're putting these things in order for you to see, but Allie, being so scared, wasn't putting the pieces together. So now she's grabbing knives, stealing keys, finding Meadow in a garage, just bound up. We're not even taking her to secret locations. We don't have secret spots in the house where you gotta tap something, kick your leg, lean your head to the side, and do all these other things so we can get in here. No, we're just in the garage where you can clearly yell for help and somebody come and get you. So she re-kidnaps Meadow at this time because, Meadow's already kidnapped now by husband and policeman. So Allie's kidnapping her and taking her to safety, pepper spraying husband and, almost running over police officers. She's scared, but she's always doing dangerous things. So we gonna take her to our restaurant so we can find out what's going on. I'm just gonna assume the restaurant has cameras, and since Ivy is on this, she gonna see what's going on eventually. But that's just how my mind is working. So she wants some convincing from Meadow, okay, you say my wife is in on this, you use the word cult, convince me. And Meadow's like, girl, what else do I have to do? But there are so many signs in your place. Girl, what is wrong with you? She gave us the code to your house. She left the door unlocked so we can get in there. What do you want? A video with her ID and social security card saying Ivy, whatever my last name, I am in here with this cult with Kai and crew, and we are over here wrecking havoc on this city to make things. I'm trying to scare my wife to craziness. She's already crazy, but I'm in this group to make her even more crazy. Is this what the information you need? Because clearly all these signs pointed to something wasn't right. Have you ever noticed that all these things go on when Ivy's not there? She mad at you because she voted for Jill Stein and not Hillary. Girl, wake up. Put the two and two together. What's wrong with you? It's like, she's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. I'm like, girl, why can't you believe this? Like, all the signs was there. Like, those trucks, there wasn't nothing in there. That was water trucks. Those birds that was there, we did that all over the city. Them birds died because our bird feeder. I'm just letting you know that the cult is real and your wife is a part of it. Wake up, girl, wake up. Them protesters, Kai paid those people to be there. It wasn't just his calming influence that made them walk away. He paid them to be there. All of this is a ruse to make you crazy. Girl, wake up. It's like, Allie, you gotta realize at some point this ain't a coincidence. You should have realized that episode 1, maybe 2, but you still in your fear and also want to be brave is clouding your judgment. So we see Meadow. She fell in love with Kai because Kai makes her feel invincible and, appreciated, loved, if you will. But all that changed when he, said the same words to Ivy. You're strong, you're brave, or whatever he says. So she's like, you know what? All this some bull. I'm leaving, deuces. Now, I guess she thought she was just going to leave this cult after they done killed several people. And they was just going to let her walk away. Like, okay, girl, you don't be here. You ain't got to be here. The cult ain't all about that. If you want to leave, you can leave if you want to. She was clearly wrong because Kai was like, neighbor husband, it's time to call the police. And that was code for it's time to get rid of this heifer. So neighbor man and policeman hog tie her up and put her in said shallow grave that she would not even shallow grave, the grave she was in earlier, and we just gonna leave her there. Now where the blood came from, I don't know. Because I'm assuming that the police was going to match the blood to hers. I don't know if it was how they was going to do that. But we going to leave her in this, grave right now. Because she's trying to leave the sanctity in which is, our cult. And we can't have it because she might be telling some folks. And we have a mission for us. So Kai, he is at his, speech at the, city council saying, I'm here for the people. All these crimes has been going on. I'm here to help the people. But it's one particular lady like, you ain't nothing but a snake oil salesman. You just trying to rile the people up and make them scared. But the thing to do is, yes, there's crime going on, but the crime rate is down. We need to be out here solving these crimes and not scaring these people. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put my name on the ballot tomorrow to run for city council. And I was like, girl, you just signed your death warrant. Not the death warrant, what's called? You just signed your death certificate. Because those words in Kai's mind was, you are trying to intrude on what I'm going to do. So therefore, you're going to have to be taken out soon. I'm like, girl, you should have just kept quiet, did it secretly, and then popped up and like, hey, I'm running for city council too. But you don't know that Kai is crazy. We know it, and we all collectively do. That your days was numbered. So we have Ivy. She's freaking out because Gary was able to vote, armless and all, bleeding all through the poll station. Like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? He's gonna tell the police on us. What's her name? Winter and all her comments. You should speak to my brother. He's the one who can help. It's like she has no emotion, and that it was very creepy. It's just like. She shows no happiness, no sadness, no excitement. It's just speak to Kai. He'll know what to do. So this is when we see Ivy in her little pinky promise with Kai. And he wants to know what is her heart's darkest dread. And first she was like, it was the presidency and him becoming president. No, what is it? And she was like, laying next to my wife. That's her darkest right now. We think it's because Allie voted for Jill Stein, but this went way back. This went to when she wanted to be the one to carry Oz, but she couldn't because she had endometriosis and was unable to. She was willing to go through all the pains of labor to bring this beautiful baby boy into the world, but she wasn't able to do this. And Allie, scared of everything, was able to do it, and I couldn't. And she was breastfeeding the baby, and I was like, well, why don't you just pump your milk and let me do it? And she was like, my son ain't using no rubber nipple, and my son is not going to be drinking any formula. That word, my son, was getting to her like she ain't had nothing to do with it. And then she was up her breastfeeding him until he was 3 years old. Like, yes, I'm the mother. I'm giving him life. I'm giving him nourishment and something. I'm helping his immune system. It's like she ain't had no part of being with Oz, the process of Oz being into this world and taking care of Oz. And that pissed her off. And it's been working on her nerves ever since. And the final straw was when she didn't vote for Hillary. I'm like, girl, we know Allie's crazy, but you got some crazy in you too. So she knows that she can't win custody of Oz, but if she drives, Allie crazy enough, the court's gonna look like, we can't have this crazy fool over here taking care of Oz. We gonna give it to the other mama. But he was like, will my sister be a replacement or something like that? She's like, yeah, as long as I can keep Oz. I'm like, girl, you just now meeting these people. This girl didn't convince you to like kidnap this man and chop off his head, but you like, okay, she's the perfect person I can get with as long as I can get my son. You don't see that that's crazy? Anyways, so we got Allie taking Meadow to the doctor because she wanted to get Meadow to tell the doctor everything that's going on so it can be documented so people know that she ain't crazy. So she leaves there. Like, girl, this is the last person you should have left Meadow with because he's part of the crew and you don't know it. So she goes over there to the lady that's going to be running against Kai for the city council. And she tells her, I'm not crazy. That man Kai, he is the one. He's a part of this cult. They're out here to make me crazy. My wife's in on it. And the lady was like, man, there's some Charles Manson stuff if I ever seen something. And she's just kind of like, girl, nah, I believe you. She's saying this while she's rolling up a joint. And my first thought was, Kai and the crew, they done already came over there and planted some kind of stuff in your weed so that you can smoke it and you can pass out. But no, the clown and the crews come over, and Allie, of course, takes his time. Okay, I'm going to be scared, so I'm going to run off. While Kai and the crew come in and tie her down, and he gets on Facebook and writes her, suicide note. But it didn't make sense because just earlier that day, she was all about, I'm running for student council. I'm running for city council, and I'm going to make a change. But a mere 6 hours later, she's ready to kill herself. Beverly removes her mask like, look here, boo, I'm part of the crew too. You finna die. Allie's upstairs, shaking in the corner. Don't know what to do with herself. Meadow comes upstairs. I'm like, not Meadow, but Ivy comes upstairs. I'm like, Allie, this whole time Kai was doing his monologue on the computer about how I cannot do this anymore. The world is a horrible place and I cannot be a part of this anymore. While he's on here on Facebook giving his monologue, you couldn't have jumped out the window. You couldn't have opened the window and yelled, help! The clown crew was over here killing this lady. Help! You couldn't do nothing. You so frozen fear that you sitting there shaking in the corner. So eventually Ivy comes upstairs and Allie somewhat comes out of her shaking in the corner. It's like, Ivy? And I was like, oh snap, she knows me. Let me slowly back up, close the door and leave. I'm like, he had this whole monologue going on and you couldn't take this time to be brave, try to jump out the window, climb down the doggone little water gutter thing. You couldn't open up the window and yell for help while he was doing this monologue. Couldn't have done that. Anyways, when she goes back there to doctor's office, Metal gone. It's like, well, she said nothing was wrong. But maybe you should, think about, committing yourself voluntarily for a few days because she's starting to sound crazy. And she don't like this, one, because Metal was gone and he, Metal was her only hope. And two, you think I'm crazy and I need to be locked up, so therefore I need to leave. I'm like, you couldn't have took Metal somewhere else. Did you have to go to that lady's house? Is she the only person that could have helped you? Why do you think that Metal was your only source of support to prove that these clowns are real and they're ones killing everybody in the city, but nobody wants to believe me because I have all these paranoias? Anyways, we see we're at the rally from the beginning, and Kai's up there speaking, and Allie spots Meadow and just like, Meadow, come here. And Meadow looks at her like, okay, it's time to go. And she gets to shooting several people and shooting Kai. Now, this is the time where Allie should have chose being scared and went into fetal position and just rocked until the police came. But no, this is when she wants to be brave. She picks the most horrible times to want to be brave and the most horrible times when she want to be scared. So she runs over there to Meadow Meadow, no. Meadow already shot several people and shot Kai. Allie, for whatever reason, grabs the gun from her, and Meadow was looking like, girl, this is exactly what I wanted to do. I'm doing this for love, and then shoots herself. Now Allie's holding the gun, and police run up on her like she's the one who did it. This is when I have a few questions. So, there was no cameras from anywhere of these business that showed that it was Meadow that did the shooting. Because I'm just going to assume that all these people around here are paid by Kai that's going to say it was Ivy that did the shooting. She already crazy as it is, so she, she the usual suspect. But there no somebody just happened to be walking by? Was it any of these buildings from any camera from any of these buildings saw anything that proved that it wasn't Ivy? So then we see at the end where Kai goes to Meadow as she's, in that grave or wherever she was tied up at. Because she's been, kidnapped several times and held several places. Let her know you are special. You are the one. But what you're going to have to do is shoot me. Oh, I can never shoot you. No, I can't do that. But you're going to shoot me somewhere that I'm going to survive because it's going to help me with my opposing points. Now, I don't know how he convinced her to shoot herself. That's just dumb. All of this is dumb, but you shooting yourself out of love was just the most idiotic thing. You did all this for love, but you ain't going to be there for your love. You going to be dead, girl. Really? And Allie, you working my nerves, girl. So that was basically the gist of everything that went on. They plan worked out fine. I'm like, Allie and her, I don't know when I want to be brave and smart and taking the most idiotic times to choose being brave or start and smart, brave and scared is really working my nerves. So, y'all, that was just everything that went on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. And like I always, I thank my subscribers and the people who watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T, signing off. Have a good one.